Burgami. Break the vision, building perspective, issue dissect views, mindsets.
Those farmers, those marketers, processors and marketers still earn from agriculture, not only for themselves, but also for Nigeria.
On Burgami, the current affairs morning teaser on Vision FM 92.1, where Nigerians discuss Nigeria.
It's very sad. Even the places that have been demolished, they have been allocated to themselves. I can see crisis ahead of us.
There's something definitely wrong with our reward system, and that attracts corruption. How many Nigerians, civil servants, can today be able to put a roof over their head with the salary they are receiving?
Burgami, current, expository, daring.
Observing the trends of corruption within the National Assembly, within the executive arm of the government, at the state, at the local government, state and the national level, whatever is determined, unless the issue of corruption is being tackled, we are telling the state of development by using a term of government as a yardstick will remain a mirage in Nigeria.
Burgami, every weekday at 8 a.m. exclusive to the vision of the nation's capital.
All right, good morning to you and you out there. You're welcome once again to your very wonderful morning tonic right here on Vision 92.1 FM. It's a Burgami Classic, and it is Wednesday's edition. And today being Wednesday, the 27th of November, 2024, we also have another wonderful program on pressing issues on the lips of Nigerians. How are you doing? And I hope all is fine. Well, yes, Burgami Classic, as you know, is a flagship program. And, of course, today is not an exception. And what is on our thoughts, what's in the newspapers, what's on the lips of Nigerians, why are Nigerians talking, why are Nigerians concerned? Well, today we're looking at how justified is the purchase of presidential jet without budgetary approval. Yeah, you heard me quite okay. How justified is the purchase of presidential jet without budgetary approval? My name is Andy Chindaba. I'm your host on today's program. Chinedu Echan is the producer of the program. All right, let's have an overview of this in case you're wondering which of the jet. Anyway, the story goes that the lawmaker representing Abia South Senatorial District, Senator Eyinaya Abaribe, has insisted that nobody approach the National Assembly with a request for a new presidential jet before the purchase was eventually made. The presidency had in August unveiled a new Airbus A330 purchased for President Bola Tinubu. And following the new jet purchase, the presidency faced criticisms from Nigerians who felt the president prioritizes luxury while neglecting the economic hardship faced by the masses. Now, presidential spokesperson Bayo Nanuga had in one of his explanations said what was purchased was not a new jet, as was reported, but a refurbished one. However, Senator Abaribe, who appeared on Channels Television's Politics today, said there was no request brought to the National Assembly before the jet was purchased. He said the failure of the presidency to approach the National Assembly with a request means that part of the job of the legislator is to be a check on the executive is not being efficiently carried out. Yes, and there you had it. Yes, it is the same jet purchased by Mr. Presido in August, and it has come back again. All right, the purchase of the new presidential jet. How justified is that? So I believe we're going to be together on this. You're going to join me in this because you're all fellow Nigerians, and we don't unfortunately. There's no guest on today's edition of the program, so I guess this is something that you and I can really dig it out, can really talk about because it concerns you and I. Yes, I'll give you the number very soon. But what are the circumstances surrounding the purchase of the new presidential jet? Let's look at it again. We said the purchase of the new presidential jet was made public actually in August, 2024, just a couple of months ago, with the Nigerian presidency unveiling, an Airbus A330 that was actually purportedly bought for President Bola Tinubu. Initially, there was confusion about whether the jet was new or refurbished. But with the presidency spokesman, Bayo Nanuga, clarifying later that it was a refurbished aircraft. Well, despite the clarification, the decision raised actually several questions about the necessity of such an expensive purchase during a time of economic hardship for Nigerians. And the official line for the presidency suggests that the purchase was made to replace the older presidential jet. Yeah, that was the reasoning behind it from the presidency, which was deemed outdated and unreliable for long-distance travel. That's what they were saying, which of course we could reason out, right? Okay. However, people or critics argue that given the ongoing economic struggles, now that is where the problem is. The ongoing economic struggles of Nigerians, such a purchase might appear as an unnecessary luxury, and that could further fuel public resentment, which of course it did from all quarters. Yeah. So we're looking at all that and what Nigerians to speak now. Now, the problem here, another problem here is, was the purchase of the presidential jet approved by the National Assembly? Now you see why it's coming back again. Anyway, Senator Eyinaya Baribe, during his appearance on Channels Television, as pointed out earlier, also pointed out that no request was made to the National Assembly before the purchase of the presidential jet. Now, how many of us have known that? This, I think, is the first time this is coming out. Now, according to him, the failure to involve the legislative body means that there was no proper oversight over such an expenditure, right? Which, of course, is, as it is, a violation of the checks and balances designed to hold the executive accountable. Now, the absence of the National Assembly approval, it suggests that the executive branch might have bypassed the standard procedures. Of course they have. Yes. They bypassed the standard procedures for large purchases and budgetary allocation. Wow. That amount was huge. This practice has sparked criticism, of course, everywhere. Now, we have concerns about the integrity of the executive and legislative relationship. They have to go, at par. And the National Assembly is tasked with scrutinizing and approving public spending. Yes, particularly for high-cost items like a presidential jet. A presidential jet, of course. By passing this approval process, of course, it undermines the checks and balances that should ensure government transparency. So this lack of consultation may signal a disregard for the constitutional role of the legislature. That, of course, will remove the trust in both branches of government. As long as the people are concerned, the legislative and the executive are wrong there. So now the legislature is coming up to say, no, there wasn't any proper approval. No, there wasn't any request on the table. Furthermore, the refusal to present this purchase for legislative approval could fuel, let's say, the perceptions of the lack of accountability within this administration. So what I was saying, all right, you out there, like I said, got your own perspectives. Let's hear your views, your contributions. How does this decision align with the administration's commitment to transparency and accountability? These are questions that this administration are trying to prove. They're trying to show accountability here, saying their agenda is working. And, and these are questions we are asking ourselves. But some of you just listening to the program for the first time, I guess you got that. And, I see a call coming in. And, hello and good morning.
Hello, good morning.
How are you?
Hello, good morning. Hello? Good morning.
I guess you can call back again. Let's hear you and your views. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Yes, how are you?
Fine morning. This Mohammed.
Hello?
This Mohammed calling from Apple.
Okay, Mohammed from Apple. Yeah, good morning. How are you?
Yeah, but a very, very obnoxious and you can't define our situation.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't define our situation. It's very obnoxious.
All right, let's hear you.
In Nigeria, a very simple country like Nigeria, people that say they're educated, pass through schools, pass through the world, they cannot handle the country. They allowed corporations and some clients, they want to buy off the country and ally with them. It's very unfortunate. And secondly, I think like English.
Oh, wow. I guess Mohammed from Apple, you have to come back and complete that your point, because you were going somewhere, but you can't actually land it for you. Probably call back again. Just talking about people allowing people to buy off the country. That's no way you're headed to. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, how are you? Sorry?
Dr. from Wisconsin.
Sorry, can you speak up again?
My name is Dr. Ajide from Wisconsin.
Okay, Dr. Olajide. All right, thank you. You're welcome, Dr. Olajide.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
On of buying jet or buying jet that have endured back and forth. And if I want to ask the top in and B, you see the channel TV is supposed to create this kind of things. I think it's a senator. This is happening over 3 months ago. And today, if not on channel that he raised this point, most people all this conversation of at the Alo chamber, the entire nobody. Did you get any point in the Alo chamber? Do any opposition, whether from Labour, from PDP, do they raise any objection at that Alo chamber? Why was they prepared to go into that Alo chamber? Was they prepared to go and declare or sit on the radio? They are to this kind of point, and they have to for the entire world to know that they are still support. The silence is constant. Since he has been silent a long time, that means it's part of it. He has consented to it. It's support. This is every arms of government. They must function Nigerian function. God bless the
Wow. All right, that was Dr. Olajide, and I think we were getting where you were coming from, that Olajide's points. He's actually raising an important point about the apparent silence of both chambers of the National Assembly, yes, on the controversial purchase of the presidential jet. This question is a critique of the legislative body's failure to address or challenge the purchase until Senator Yinaya Baribe spoke out. Well, it's a bad situation because the situation suggests a breakdown in the checks and balances that are supposed to exist between the executive and the legislative. And it opens up a larger discussion about the role and responsibility of lawmakers out there. That's something we think we should frame right, correct, and let us know this morning. Anyway, if you got an idea, you can also chip in and let us know. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Andy.
Yeah, morning, and how are you doing?
I'm fine. How's work?
Work is it's fine. Yeah, thank God. Yeah.
Okay. My name is Oga Gabriel.
Hey, Oga Gabriel, good morning.
Morning, sir.
Yes, so how is Gwarimpa this morning, I believe?
Gwarimpa is fine.
Okay, thank you. Please go ahead.
Andy,
yeah.
The thing is that the whole thing of this government is built on a faulty foundation. First of all, the government came in because APC said it is its own son to come and rule, and not people's wish. You understand? They say it is Tinubu's son to rule Nigeria, and that's why they came. During their primaries, a lot of money exchanged hands through him. He brought a lot of money into the arena so that people could step down for him and make him their presidential candidate. And that was how he came in. Then secondly, when he came up as a president, either by hook or crook, because I know not many Nigerians voted for him, but because he said it's his own turn, he bought everybody, he bought people who are supposed to make him the president. He became the president at all costs. His first, the maiden speech was faulty also. Because if a president is giving maiden speech, it has to be scrutinized by professionals. By people who wrote it, and it has to be tailored or tutored by people before the president, read the speech out. His first speech, his first pronouncement was that subsidy is gone. And this subsidy is gone. I learned that it was not in the speech, in the presidential speech, which is a faulty arrangement. A faulty thing to do by an elected president. What is not in the speech was pronounced out. In a civilized world where democracy is supposed to be played very well, I think that alone is an offense. That a seat is not in the written seat as approved by either by the party men, you just come up on board and say anything you like anyhow. It's an offense. Then, since then, they have been doing everything with total impunity. No transparency, no accountability. They just do anything they like anyhow. Because there's nobody to question them. One of the speakers said, why is Abaribe crying out now? That they're supposed to have cried out before they bought the issue. When the Senate president come on board, he assured the president that everything he does will be covered by the Senate. That every letter he writes to the Senate will be approved. Every loan he requests from from anywhere and taken to the Senate for approval will be approved. So there's no how Abaribe can stand against anything for not possessing that aircraft. They have been doing things with total impunity, like I said, because nobody questioned them. There is no rule of law. Nothing that goes to the Senate that from the executive that will not be approved because it placed them there. You understand? So it is a wrong thing, but we are just talking now for talking sake, like I've been saying, because this government, if they do anything and people cry out, people say anything, you are just saying it for saying it. It cannot be revised. They have purchased the aircraft they are purchasing, and nothing will happen to them. No matter how much they purchase the aircraft, Nigerians will not know because there is no accountability, no transparency about their operations. But it's very unfortunate. The world is listening. The world is seeing. Time will come that they will give account of everything they are doing, either here or hereafter. Good morning.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That was Oga Gabriel there. And, he brought us back to when the administration started, when the very first remarks of Mr. President, and what it entails. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. You shared this perspective with concerns, and most importantly, they reflect a frustration that many Nigerians may be feeling. Particularly, I am feeling that maybe when it comes to the way the government is handling its power, the idea that the government operates with to impunity without any substantial checks. All that is alarming. Senator Abaribe's intervention after a long period of silence might be seen as an attempt rather to break through this complacency and raise the issues that many have kept silent about for too long. All right, what do you think about this? Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, presenter.
Yes, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, Andy. My name is Bala Mohammed. I'm calling from Zuba Foods Market.
All right, Bala, you're welcome once again.
Thank you, Mr. Andy.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Andy. You see, Andy, candidly speaking, the topic is rather very interesting. And I think it's the high level of the abuse of law. In as much as somebody that's supposed to respect the law, and it's the same person, or they are the same people breaking the law. And by the time somebody that is trying to did anything, he will be in the cooler. But they will do what they want to do, trump on this rule of law, scatter the rule of law, and nothing happens. And don't forget, Mr. Andy,
yes.
Why the check is not a bad one. Like they have their reasons that the other ones cannot travel far or whatever reasons they have. You understand? Mm-hmm. But let there be, let them follow the protocols. You understand? Let them go through the National Assembly. So that's why Mr. President insisted on the election or selection of the President of the Senate. you understand, despite whatever and allegations, whatever on him. You understand? But today he is the president. So it means that Mr. President most likely has the National Assembly caged where he really wanted to be. So that whatever he do, nobody will question him. And what Abaribe did is just a catch of the Almighty God. He just pressed him. Nobody knew, but he pressed him and he entered an international telly and telling people what really happened. I don't know for what reason, but he's coming now to tell us. But all the time, it's a good one. But had it been, it's somebody from another side of this country that said this, that person could have been in trouble by now. Because we saw what happened with Abdul Ningi, we saw what happened with even the man from Borno State, in Dume. You understand? But he came out, what Ningi said was the truth. But they gathered him and said, no, who gave him permission to go into a public telly, or rather radio, to start voicing all what he voiced. But this is what Abaribe did, and nothing is happening. And now we are even deliberating and arguing towards what he did. You see the unfortunate issue there? So I think if the government is rightfully doing something that they are supposed to do, they should abide and stand by the rule of law. After all, the National Assembly, like I said previously, are a little changed by the Mr. President. If not, they have to stand, even if that budget does not go through them, they have to stand to stop before it happens. But they are silent. And now, by God's grace, God has pressed him to voice out this issue that we don't even know, which is rather unfortunate. You see the kind of system? That's why I even insist the policies we are seeing today are not Nigerian-made policies. They are policies from somewhere. Like people know. Is it the IMF, the World Bank? God knows. You understand? I think this Nigerian policy we are seeing today, these people are punishing us with, it could have been, we could have had some landing. But look at where we are headed. We are landing on the rocks. Every day if any policy comes through, we will have those land on the rock instead of soft landing. And if they don't do it, the World Bank said there will be consequences. I don't know what consequences. So I don't know what we are playing in Nigeria today. I think the leadership is doing the right thing. Good morning, Adi.
All right, thank you very much. Yes, that was Bala Muhammad. Thanks for your insightful comments. You're absolutely on the point, yes, to actually highlight the abuse of law and the failure of lawmakers to follow the correct channels in raising issues like the presidential jet purchase. It's troubling, actually, when government actions seem to bypass already established procedures. And the consequences of challenging this system, like you said, can sometimes lead to punishment or silencing of dissenting voices, as, of course, you mentioned Senator Ndume's suspension illustrate. Yes. And Senator Abaribe's decision to raise this issue now might raise questions. But it certainly calls attention to a problem within the political structure. The question must then be, how can we expect accountability if those in power are not even following the right legal processes? Please, the lawmakers being the lawbreakers? Is that how it's done? And let's get through. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, good morning. And how are you?
Morning.
Yeah, morning. How are you?
Yeah, that is Baba Mohammed. That is Mohammed calling back.
Okay, Mohammed. Okay, welcome back.
Yeah, so as I'm saying, it's very obnoxious.
Yes, you were trying to get...
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Let's start all over.
Yeah, what I'm saying is
yes,
it's obnoxious. The character of governors or administration is very obnoxious. All this being said, a simple country like Nigeria, very, very simple country with bunch of illiterates. The literacy is about 80%. Where the so-called educated just 20%. We cannot take the black man's zeal in the global nation or to the global nation to this moment, the 21st century. Something is happening, something is wrong. You see, if you look at it the other way, these things start getting themselves off road. Just some 3 or 4 decades. On all what we are saying, is it the problem? No, that's not the problem. Nobody can protect even himself in this country. Look at me now. Let me give an example for myself. If I went out or if I applied for any discretionary position, either to serve the nation or to do whatever, it is an obnoxious behavior or character of this country that you have to pay yourself through. Can you see the foundation of our damages? This is the foundation of our damages. We cannot build a home in a moody foundation because the foundation is moody. Right from a messenger, from cleaners. Ask the cleaners in the street, of our streets in the country. Ask them how they get the job. The petrol. Ask the president how he got to that position. He petrol. He said it. Ask the legislator how they got through. They paid it. Ask the executives. So you can see us. This is our picture. We should not bring a picture from a cleaner mirror and judge ourselves.
So in essence, Mohammed, you are saying let's narrow it to the presidential jet plane.
Everything.
Okay.
What is presidential jet? What is presidential jet? What is presidential jet? How much is presidential jet? If the amount of capital, the amount of economy, the wealth, the resources, the manpower we get in the country, we have in the country, if it has been utilized, what is a presidential jet? In fact, we will be even proud for the president to buy Air Force One. To buy Air Force One.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the problem. That's not the problem. It's not an issue. The issue is the picture. We are always judging ourselves. It's a wrong picture. We have to tell ourselves the truth. The truth is, let's take our picture. Let's not hide what we do in the dark or behind and trying to portray to ourselves or to the ignorant global community that we are good people. We are never good people.
All right, thank you very much. There are a lot of callers
We are
still
not
flashing in. Mohammed, yes, I think you've landed. We're getting your position. So let's allow for other callers, please.
Yeah.
All right, thank you
Thank
very much. All right, of course, Mohammed, thank you for returning to continue this conversation. The point you're raising about the quality of leadership in Nigeria, particularly the way I understand regarding the education and capabilities of some of the country's leaders, it's actually important. You talked about the literacy. Many Nigerians share your frustration, I believe, and it's important to examine whether the leadership we have today is genuinely equipped to tackle the challenges facing the country, or if historical missteps have led to where we are now. You mentioned 3 or 4 decades ago. You're also right to suggest that if Nigeria utilized its resources better, the conversation around the president purchasing a plane would look very different. However, the question is whether the leadership, with its current mindset, can effectively harness those resources for the benefit of all Nigerians, so that whatever the president, of course, who doesn't want to see the president of his or her country in the most digital and the most highly secured plane in the world? Hello, and good morning.
Hello?
Hello, morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, how are you? Who's on the line?
I'm Farid Bala. I'm calling from Maraba.
Farid.
Kabiru Bala. I'm calling from Maraba.
Bimbala.
Kabiru Bala.
Okay, Kabiru.
Yes.
Okay, Kabiru Bala. Thank you. You're welcome. And your very first time?
No, I'm not very first time.
Okay.
Participate in this program.
Okay, that's good.
While at times we shun from showing ourselves, but most of the times some people they call, I don't like, I'm sorry what I'm going to say, some people they are just developing lies, are no truths in their talk. So we make Nigerians confused. They don't understand actually what some people are talking about.
Okay.
I thought in the radio, when you call, whatever you are going to say is either educating people or let people to know what they don't know, or if you don't know, you ask questions. From the answer you get, people will benefit.
Perfect.
That's the point. People, they just call, they just criticize, some they lie, some they decide to ignore or to shift people from where it's I'm Kabiru Bala, I'm coming from Maraba.
Okay,
what I'm trying to say here is that you are talking about due process. Edina Abarde is from PDP. Even though what he taught, the people then they take it as the process from the other side. I do agree, whatever government is going to do, it should be based on rules of law. These rules of law, government is not a perfect. We know our people, those who are ruling, they can do something better. At times they do wrong. What I'm trying to say here is that not everything that you expect that you will see it. You understand?
Okay.
Sometimes they can make wrongs. When they do wrongs, you can correct them. Like, look at now. There was a time when Obasanjo decided to carry the money to go and pay for the debts. There is need. There was a time when he gave some part of Nigerians without deliberating in the National Assembly. He has done all those things, but nobody castigated him. To him, what he did is the right thing because he's the leader. I'm not saying people they cannot criticize. They do. It's good for us to criticize, but when we criticize, we should put facts and figures so that people they will understand what we are talking about. Now, as if Mr. President now they vote the aircraft without consulting the National Assembly, it is wrong. But they can go back and write and seek for their approval. That's all. For me.
You understand? It's not the issue of shouting. So many people, we have the former president, Buhari. You see, you are given Quran this way. When you come to rules, you follow rules and regulations. You understand? But once you fail, we should look at it in that way. That you have already swear that you are going to do the right thing. Now you are doing the wrong thing. Why? As a human being, we can criticize you for you to correct yourself. That's the only thing. We shouldn't just be taking it personal. Or maybe because you are not in that party, or maybe because you don't like that page. We have to come together for us to see Nigerians going forward. Now somebody is saying Nigeria is nothing or is doing that diaspora. It's no good. It is our country. There is no way because somebody do something wrong, you begin to start labeling everybody the same way. It's not like that. Come on, leadership. Where are you? What have you done to yourself to the country? You understand? Mm-hmm. We need to be sincere when we want to exercise. We need to understand what is democracy. Democracy, we know, is a three arms of government. If this one, we call it order. We Nigerians, we should follow them to their foot. There are a lot of things to say. There was a time when you brought issue of this refinery. Today, we had that refineries from this Port Harcourt start working. Some people, they say it's comatose. They should sell them. But today, we're happy. This is the last government. They put money. Now the thing is manifesting. They say nothing has been done. We need to be sincere. That is why our people, they don't understand what is government. When we call, we just criticize. We always make sure that those in the government, they are bad, they were this, they were that, so that people, when they hear, they say they don't have government. It's not true. This is not what we should be doing. That's why I want to thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Kabiru. Yes, it's really a nice one. Kabiru called and he brought an important perspective in the issue. Looking at our callers out there, yes, let's try to, bring out our discussions, our views in a very constructive manner. Yes, that's quite true. And you brought a quite much needed perspective to this issue. And I think it's important that we have a constructive and sincere conversation, quite true, without allowing party affiliations, ethnicity, or sentiments to cloud the discussion. The truth is that the role of the National Assembly is supposed to be one of oversight and checks and balances. And it's concerning when that role is bypassed. So, as you rightly pointed out, Kabiru, former President Obasanjo made decisions without consulting the National Assembly, and this sets, this sets of precedents that can, sometimes be used by subsequent administrations. Buhari did it too, and President Presido is doing it. However, that doesn't make it right. It's clear that given the current concerns about the transparency and accountability that we're all talking about now that this is outrightly in the open, President Tinubu needs to address this situation and make efforts to rebuild trust with the Nigerian people. Perhaps, as you suggest, it could summon the National Assembly to engage in open dialogue. Yeah, that could be the first step towards, let's call it, healing this rift. Isn't it? Do you agree with Kabiru? And we got about 16 minutes to empty on Burgami Classic this morning. So, come on, let's hear a voice. Voice it out. Hello?
Good morning, Andy.
Yeah, morning. How are you?
I'm good, sir.
All right, who's on the line, brother?
Samuel Abu from Kogi State.
Okay, Samuel. Thank you. You've been consistent lately. Thank you. All right.
God bless you and God bless Vision FM.
Amen. Thank you.
Yes, this topic is very vital this morning because as Nigerians, we ought to know exactly what is going on in our presidency, in the upper room there, to know exactly what is happening. You see, we Nigerians, we have been crying. We have been crying for this the expenses in the presidency, that is cost of government in Nigeria, is so high. The way they are living their life contributes to the impoverished Nigeria, or Nigeria, so to say. So, I think presidential jet, not the only one there. I think they have even many of them before Buhari came. When he reduced some of them, either the system, I don't know how far that one is gone. We were praising him for doing that. But when Tinubu come around now, he's clamoring for this new presidential jet. All this SUV for us and other members of the Senate or whatever, and the renovation of Vice President residence or whatever. All this contributes to the waste. We can say it's a waste because there are all those things that are there before. They are there only to bring new ones in, which brings about this cost of governance. It contributes to it. Now, they have not told Nigeria how far they have gone, only to hear that they have purchased it. Who even knows that whether they have already purchased the yacht? And who are the ones who are in position to sign this, to bring all this in? Is it the Attorney General? Is it the Accountant General? Can you just understand if our people in the upper room there cannot did not sign this thing? How did they sign it? And I want to say it like this. This is I cannot call it criminal, but lawlessness is the highest order. It's not good for Nigerians. It's not good for our leaders. We are calling for, crying for this cost of governance. And as we are still talking, as we are still lamenting over it, it's still happening in our face. It's a slap on the face of Nigeria and to the face of other nations in the world. If things are not done by our leaders accordingly, they have no plan, they have nothing to present to us. I think it's not the best thing for us. So now it cannot be returned back. They have already brought it. One thing I want to end my contribution on this one is that the Holy Book, in the book of 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 7, that says that nothing we brought into this world, and nothing we shall take out of this world. Nakedness we came, naked we will go. So let us not be taken seriously. Tinubu himself has the money. After he will leave this office, he can buy how many shares he wants to buy. Because his wife even says so. That they have enough of money, that they are not after Nigeria's money. So, this thing is paining. As we are still somebody crying for hunger, crying for poverty, crying for starvation and all the rest of them, insecurity. They have to do all this so that Nigeria and Nigerians will be at peace. God bless Nigeria. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you very much. Samuel Abu from Kogi State. He's been consistent. Thank you. Thank you, Samuel. The contribution is great. You hit the nail on the head when it comes to the rising cost of governance in Nigeria. Yeah, the expenses related to luxury items for government officials, including the ones you've mentioned, the presidential jet, the lawmakers' SUVs, and the renovations of official residences, blah, 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 have become a significant point of contention for many Nigerians. And as you rightly said, these costs are not justifiable when the majority of Nigerians are grappling with poverty, with inflation, and of course, you know it all, a lack of basic infrastructure. Like you said, it's a slap on Nigerians. While the purchase of the presidential jet has already occurred, yes, thank you for saying that, we must ask ourselves how the government can balance these unnecessary expenditures with the urgent needs of the citizens. The country's budget, yes, must be prioritized for infrastructure, healthcare. It has to be prioritized for education and job creation. The youth need that. rather than focusing on luxury for politicians and public officials, of course. Come on. Right. I have mentioned budget here. Of course, our topic today is how justified is the purchase of the presidential jet without budgetary approval. It has to be approved on the budget. Yes. So what's your own point? Once again, we got 10 more minutes to empty. Hello, good morning.
Morning, Burgami.
Yes, you're welcome, brother.
It's Mohammed, I'm back.
Okay, Mohammed. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Something you forgot to drop.
Yeah, I've not. It's just to emphasize more for clearer understanding.
Okay. Please let's manage 2 minutes, please.
Nobody is perfect. There is no perfection. There is no perfection in whatever anybody does or do. The purpose of the governance or administration of APC is to fight the previous administration. They call it a corrupt administration, the PDP. All the zones in the country now merge themselves to form a Congress. That is the party. And the main heading in their paper is to fight corruption. What corruption? Corruption of the civilian administration, of the democratic administration, and the military administration. That is what is in their white paper. Since that is the case, when they face into government, there has been that delay for 6 months for the presidency gathering itself. And that is the purpose. We are of the APC. We founded APC. We are the people behind it. But suddenly, that channel changed. We lost to them. We are fighting corruption. Okay. That is the economy. This is how you meet the economy. Now, this is where the economy is. We don't need to ally with any nation to borrow or with any institution. We have the money that has been stuck. In fact, we have thousands of cases against global institutions or global governance.
All right, Mohammed. We want to narrow this discussion, because a lot of people are also wanting. I gave you 2 minutes.
Let me load down.
Okay.
Let me load down.
Please,
let me load down.
Quickly, please.
Let me load down.
Just, you got just.
Let me load down.
15 seconds, please.
Yes, we have over 450 trillion packing is the country's money. That is the money we are talking about. That is the economy we are talking about. If you had us saying corruption, that is the economy we are talking about. Okay. And very suddenly, now, the opposition governance, the opposition administration now, is now as if it is backing what is come to fight or what is come to do away with. That is what we are saying. We are not talking with the capacity we are taking, the capacity we are discussing, or we are talking, or we are saying, is not an ordinary capacity for anybody. It's not for the consumption of anybody. It's for the consumption of those that know. Look at one.
All right. Thank you very much. I have to cut you here because we gave you 2 minutes. It's quite over. Thank you very much for your contribution. We'll open we'll broaden that topic that you want to talk about Sunday on Burgami Classic. Of course, we touch on every issue. Today, we're just narrowing it to this discussion, and let's nothing more. Let's not go off track. Get the point. How justified is the purchase of presidential jet without budgetary approval? Mohammed, please get that point clear. All right. Next time, be on track, and everyone else. All right. Let's see who we have here. The last caller. It's just 5 minutes to NT. The last caller, you just got 1 minute. Hello. Hello, good morning. All right, we gave that chance to the last caller, and well, let's just take this one. Be mindful that you got just 1 more minute. Hello.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, morning. I'm just calling back.
Okay. Please. You got
what
one.
I wanted to add is that the projects of buying or adding aircraft without due process is no good at all. My advice to Mr. President, I want him to look at the Holy Quran that he holds in his hand, and he swear with the constitution of this country that he said he should follow it to the letter. I know he's a human being. He can make mistakes. Even God knows. When you make mistake, you ask for forgiveness. So for me, my advice to him, let him. He has been doing his best. I'm always appreciating what he has been doing. I have no regret for voting this government because I know they are putting Nigeria on the right path. You understand? The former president, President Muhammad Buhari, he said he's going to fight corruption. He did not say that he's going to fight individual corruption, government corruption. He will stop it, and he has done it. Go there in government and ask what measures have they put. Now in Nigeria, have you heard that federal government share money silently with government, with other governors? This is what we had during PDP. One of the governors himself came out. They went to NNPC office there to share dollars. Have we had that kind of thing? So what we are talking about, APC, they brought the issue of fighting corruption. Go to the government sector and see. What measures have they put? They introduced PSA. They introduced gift mix. They introduced all other sectors that can block somebody to carry government money. They can do the other way around. That's Nigeria for us. So if you see there's another loophole, advise them, let them take measure on that. We want Nigeria to forge ahead. Don't sit down and be blackmailing government. Always, you cannot see good from it. It is too bad. That's what I'm talking about. There are other things that they are doing which is good. Who among these people that they want to contest for presidency, that they said they are going to remove this subsidy. Now this man removed the subsidy. Now we are holding him because we don't know the impact that is going to cause to us. These are the impacts that we are having.
All right,
we need to be patient. We need to be patient with them. Let us continue to pray. Nigeria is the only country we have, and by God's grace, it's going to prosper. That's my own. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your contribution. Coming back to buttress your point. Thank you, each and every one of you. Of course, Nigeria is a country with nowhere else to go. Even if you japa, you'll still call Nigerian out there. As we are up for the program, today's, it's been an enlightening discussion without the guests. And sometimes it's good like that so that we have your own perspectives clearer. And I think I've given you enough time to express yourselves. I want to actually thank our producer, Chinedu Echanu, for expertly guiding this conversation. And to all our callers out there for your passionate and insightful contributions. A big thank you to Mohammed from Apple for shedding light on the importance of transparency and accountability in governance. Dr. Olajide, thank you for urging us to reflect on why certain matters are only brought up when it's almost too late. And Gabriel too, Oga Gabriel, thank you for emphasizing the need to build a government that prioritizes the welfare of all Nigerians, not just a select few. And I think, Bala Mohammed, your thoughts on the abuse of power and the unchecked actions of lawmakers, it's quite true. You reminded us that true progress comes from integrity and fairness. And Kabiru Bala, that was nice. You stressed the importance of moving beyond sentiments and focusing on the collective good, yes, of our nation. Samuel Abu, thank you for calling from Kogi State, being consistent now, calling attention to the extravagant costs of governance and urging us to reconsider our priorities. Tomorrow, we'll be back for another edition of Burgami Classics, and I look forward to continuing these important conversations with you all. Well, and anyway, it's going to be a different topic, one that's on the lips of Nigerians. The words of the wise Nigerian saying, the rat that will destroy the house starts by nibbling at the foundation. You get that? Let's all work together to strengthen the foundation of our country. Thank you once again. My name is Andy Chindaba. And God bless Nigeria, like the last caller said. Goodbye.